Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. So I posted a picture of the new Jaclyn Hill palette on my Instagram and asked who wanted to see a tutorial, and I got several likes on that picture, so I wanted to film one of those looks today. This is the second time that I've created this look. I like this better than the first time that I tried it. I will say that some shades you gotta practice a little bit with. I've not played with every shade in the palette, but so far I've liked everything that I've played with, even if I've had to alter the way I use it a little bit to make it work a little better. This look was heavily inspired by the promo shoot for this palette, where she's in that really pretty flowy purple dress and she's got that orange to purple cut crease. I didn't replicate it 100%, but I got pretty darn close. So if you want to know how I got this Jaclyn Hill inspired look from her Volume 2 palette, just keep watching. Oh, don't forget to thumbs up and subscribe. I see you watching and not subscribing and hitting buttons. To start, I'm going to use the shade here, Therapy Sesh. So I'm using a MAC. I'm taking this all the way to the inner corner, and that is pretty buffed out. I really concentrate on blending right there on the inner corner because I don't want to get those little eyeshadow skip marks. Next, I'm going to take this shade here called Not My Journey. So I'm starting at the tape and I am bringing that all the way to the inner corner. And I'm tapping and then doing windshield wiper motions. I'm just not doing the circles on this one because I don't want it buffed out as much as Therapy Sesh. I'm taking that same 221 brush in that same Not My Journey shade, pressing that onto the outer corner here called Stay True, and I'm pressing that just where the purple meets the bare lid. Using a little MAC Pro Longwear concealer, and I just have that on a flat brush. I'm going to take that concealer over to where that pink ends. I want to use this shade called My Man and just an angled shader brush. I'm going to press that right on top of where I just laid down that concealer. This shade is easy to get carried away with. It gets patchy really easy. You cannot use too much of this shade or it gets like flaky patchy. That being said, the smallest amount, like if you don't use too much of this color, it blends beautifully and it applies like an airbrushed shadow. And I'm going back into the shade Not My Journey. And I'm going to be back and forth between this one and this one. I'm starting over here where that color is the deepest in the crease. And I'm just working those shades into the crease to make it a little more defined. When I meet this orange shade, I'm going to start using a little more of this shade and a little less of this shade. Little pieces at a time. Okay, once I get that crease carved out, I'm going back with that second fluffy brush that I used, and I'm buffing just around the edge, the top edge of that defined crease. I want it cut from here to the lid, but I don't want it cut from here to the brow bone. I want from here to the brow bone to be a really pretty smooth gradient, and from here to the lid to be that really intense carved out crease. And I think it can easily get carried away if you just do the cut and don't go back in and blend that top edge. Okay. I am taking this shade called A Moment. So I just wet my brush with a little mixing medium from MAC, and I am placing that directly in the center of the lid. Remember where we laid down that dark pink shade that you hardly see now? Yeah, I'm putting this right on top. Steps, I'm going back with that same brush and nothing on it, and I'm just tapping between that frosty shade I just laid down in the orange. I want the pink to be very subtle. I really want the focus to be this orange because I am inspired by her promo look. That was probably the most beautiful I've ever seen Jaclyn's makeup, and I'm not even like, I'm such a neutral kind of girl, but there for a long time your girl only wore colored shadow. Okay, I'm taking this shade here, I think it's Certified. Yep. On my favorite brow highlight brush. This is the Vasanti. Thank you, thank you, thank you, Jaclyn, for including a matte white in this palette. That was one of my biggest gripes about the first palette. Okay, for eyeliner I'm going to use MAC's Liquid Last, and I guess I'll decide halfway through whether I'm doing a wing or not. The brush either does it or it doesn't. I guess we're doing a wing. Okay, once I've got the liner on, I'm going to take the tape off. This shade, Not My Journey. I'm starting on the outer half of the lower lash line. I'm smoking this baby down, like, low. And I'm not bringing that all the way over, about 2/3 of the way. I'm stopping. Love handles on that same pencil brush, and I'll mix it with a little bit of the shade My Man. Okay, I have a new foundation primer that I've been loving, and I don't always use a foundation primer, but I wanted to try this one out. This is the e.l.f. Luminous Putty Primer. Has hyaluronic acid in it. It does give a glow, and it's supposed to help with texture too. Now, I've used this a couple of times, and I can definitely tell a difference in the way everything is laying. I don't know that I can tell much of a difference as far as longevity goes. Like, I don't know that it's making my makeup wear any longer than it does already without the primer. Kind of like, I mean, it's definitely like a shimmer kind of glow. It's not like chunky glitter, but there's definitely a sheen to the glow. Like if you've ever used MAC strobe cream, it's kind of like that. For foundation, I've still been loving my MAC Studio Fix Fluid, and I've been using that on my e.l.f. Beauty Sponge. My foundation is so dark compared to my face because I'm self-tanning right now. I've had a little bit of self-tanner on my face. Ooh, Now, if you want to see a video about my favorite self-tanners, let me know, because I have an opinion on a lot of self-tanners. I've tried so many, and at all different price points too. I am going to top that using MAC's Mineralized Skin Finish. And just a large powder brush. Everything I do, especially when I tan, I'm matching my ears to my face. Don't forget your ears. This is a MAC Studio Sculpt bronzer in the shade Delphic. I see a lot of people bronze that don't bronze their nose, and that confuses me. I'm like, your face doesn't just tan on the parameters. It tans in the middle too. So I do it around my hairline, my ears, under my cheeks, and the sides and tip of my nose. I'm going to use for blush, MAC's Blush Baby. Shout out to Mary Kay for my favorite blush brush ever. So I'm using a dense brush because with this light shade I need more product, but I don't go with a darker shade because I want it really soft. This brush is perfect for that. It's just the Mary Kay cheek brush. I've had it for years. I don't normally highlight, but let's throw on some champagne pop, shall we? And just do a tiny little bit of Ho Pop there on my cheek. Oh, I forgot how much just a little bit of champagne pop was. Okay, I'm going back over with my powder brush and just blending that highlight in because I don't want too much. I really don't like a lot of highlight on me, but I don't know that YouTube would allow the upload if I tried to film a Jaclyn tutorial without highlighting. I don't know that that's within the parameters of the YouTube guidelines. Use your favorite mascara. Mine's discontinued, so I'm not going to talk about it, but I am going to use it because I'm not about using things I don't like, and right now this is the only mascara that I like. I have backups of this one because that's who I am. Get yourself an overthinking friend. I'm going to comb through my brows using my teeny tiny Real Techniques spoolie brush. True Brunette Fluid Line Brow on a MAC 263 brush. For lashes, I'm using House of Lashes Iconic. Back in the day, this was like all Jaclyn used to wear. It's not bad. Okay, I'm impressed. It takes a lot to impress me, especially with lashes, but I'm not like brand snobby. I will try all the lashes. Okay, those are beautiful. I love it. I love them so much. Yes. I'm laying down my lip primer. This is a standout product of this past year. For a lip pencil by MAC. And for once, I'm not filling all the way in. I'm going on top of that using Maybelline's Vivid Hot Lacquer in the shade 60 Tease. It's just a very cool tone nude lip. That's it. This is the completed look. I hope you guys like it. Let's just give a little Instagram-y with it. It's so stupid. I feel so stupid when I do that. When I do the slow-mo, like, look at my eyes. It's so cute. I do. I feel ridiculous, but okay. I hope you guys enjoyed. I will do some more looks with this palette, especially if Coronacation ends up being a thing. I also plan on doing some more neutral looks. There are definitely some bright, beautiful shades in that palette, but there are also some beautiful neutral everyday shades. So I think it's a pretty palette. Do you have to have it? No, I can help you justify anything though. Okay, it's beautiful. Yeah, let me know about the self-tanning video if you want to see that. If you have any questions, comments, just want to reach out and say, hey, I see you, let me know in the comments below. Again, thank you for watching. Don't forget to thumbs up and subscribe, and I will see you soon. Bye. I have such like severe ADD. I looked down to see what time it was, and then my baby's dreaming and snoring. God love her. Hers is just weird. Lips, Mama's here. Mama's here, baby. It's alright. I never know if she's having a good dream or a bad dream, so I always wake her up. I'm just failing at life right now. I'm taking things day by day, one panic attack at a time.